Hey!
Hello!
Howdy. Strong start. We're talking to ourselves, we're like, how do we start this, with...
We don't have a topic.
Yeah. Our topic was kind of going to just be...
That Ian's back?
Yeah, I'm back. Which is really exciting. Our kids are just walking in the room.
We also have children for this live stream. Like this. You say hi, Leah?
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Sorry.
You're gross now. Now you have to go wash your hands.
Coming back.
Yeah, so I was doing my winter forestry work, and I was gone kind of like October, November, December, January, February, March. Kind of back a bunch of times during that. And
Did you actually start in October?
Yeah.
You didn't work that much.
No, but in October I was in Alberta working on my machine. Yep. So it was like a so-so season. Could have been a lot worse as far as, how the money ended up, but could have been better as well.
Okay. Go away.
No.
Go watch your shows. Oh, it's not comfortable. It's not set up for you.
Hello to everybody here. Okay.
What?
Get the phone right.
So Ian got back yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
Got back last night, so he hasn't been back for very long.
Yeah.
And I have a cold, so I've been sticking close to the house. So I had to send him off to do all my emergency shopping because we had to stockpile the most important thing possible, which is Ian had to go buy me potting soil.
Yeah.
Because it won't be long now till we're potting up all those tomatoes and peppers I have growing.
Yeah, stuff's really big.
They've all been growing like crazy. Okay,
And
okay, what? You can say something and then you go watch your show.
in the shed, the plant's been going crazy.
Yeah, they're going
On
crazy.
the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting really big, huh?
Yeah.
Are you all ready to plant them into the garden for me?
Only if they're in blocks. Only if they're blocks.
Leah's a snob. She only likes to work with soil blocks.
Yes! Because it's way easier and it's quicker.
Well,
She likes planting soil blocks, but she doesn't like having to push plugs out of plug trays. Which I agree with her. That is definitely one of the perks of soil blocks. Too. Okay, Leah. No, don't do that.
I have a feeling we're not the only ones who have cooped up children right now. Leah?
What do you want?
I'm looking for
No, you're just being loud for no reason.
my garden glove. Where is
I don't know.
gloves?
Did you put them back?
I put.
Look, we'll find it later.
Yeah, it's fine. Leah, it's fine, okay? We got gardening gloves yesterday. We got some gardening gloves and we got them for kids too. And Leah is very excited about her children-sized gardening gloves, but she's mostly excited about live streams because she really likes being in videos. But this is the reason why I chose Wednesdays at noon because this was my time for having no kids. We would normally have Leah home right now anyways, because right now is spring break for her school, but they have canceled schools in our area too, so
Yep.
there's gonna be lots of children.
Lots of home time. All prepping for a new reality. Yeah. But the good thing about our situation is that we have lots of stuff to do. So, there's no reason for us to be sitting back and just, thinking about all that type of stuff. We just need to get to work and make sure that all of the plants have a place to go when they're ready to go in the ground, and prep some new areas. And if we can get materials, we've got lots of things to build. I have to finish the wash station, and I got to build like a roadside stand. Serena wants a super cutesy.
Yes, it has to be cute.
Yeah.
For marketing.
Yeah. It's gonna be like adorable, and it'll be the focal point of where we do our sales, probably for quite a while.
Yeah, totally.
So it's worth making it look right, and we're not sure exactly. Obviously no one is, but if we can get that done, we'd love to get that done, and.
Yeah, I mean, April was, no matter what, was going to be our, like, crazy month. Because April's when I have to pot up all of my seedlings that have been growing all this month. And there's, like 2,000 of them or something. So that's going to be a lot of work to do. And then we have to start all the starts for everything that's going to get planted out on the farm. And we need to get all the farm beds prepped and everything also. We kind of thought Ian would be coming home at this time of the year anyways. So, we
my season actually came to its normal conclusion. And then
yeah, of course the cute stand has to have a red roof.
Yeah. it's gonna like match
it has to match the house.
The house.
And I told Ian it had to have a really complicated roof line.
Yeah. Well, it'd be fun to match because our roof kind of has it's like
here,
this.
We need 4 hands.
And then it goes like this. Like it's got 2 kind of like halfway up and it goes. Whoop. So it does look nice.
Yeah.
The roof looks really cool on our house. We might as well try to match that.
Yeah, I don't know about the double.
Regardless, it'll look.
But yeah, cutesy, very cutesy, red metal roof, which will make us feel bad about the red metal on our current roof because it'll show us how sun faded our metal is. But and then all white, like painted, it'll be all white, and then like be able to put like the flowers out in front.
Yeah. Our dream version of it has like one of those glass refrigerators with a lot of the veggies in it, and you can like open it up and know where everything is, and then like a table of some sort, like shelving for stuff that doesn't have to be refrigerated.
It's not going to have a glass stored refrigerator though.
This is the dream.
Yeah, but now you're making it seem like everything else is a dream too.
Oh,
right. We bought a fridge. We have a stainless steel fridge that we bought last year. So that is what is going to be inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, to start.
Yeah. Everything else is not a dream. Everything else is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless like hardware stores are closed and we can't buy wood. But
we're going to make a run for a bunch of the supplies.
Is that your plan?
Pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah. Everything's like really up in the air right now. Like everyone's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, as Ian said last night, he's sifting rocks out of the soil this year.
Yeah.
Because that's what he had to do last year when we prepped up our farm.
Our 4,000 square foot farm. I literally shoveled every bit of dirt through and then like shook it on like a mesh to get all the rocks out.
Not because of the rocks. We didn't do it because of rocks. We did it because we were trying to get the quackgrass rhizomes out. Because it was just like a field of quackgrass. So we did it to try to make it a little bit easier for us.
It was 3 days of like morning to night.
And look what a good job you did.
I know. I did such a good job that I'm like, yeah, if I have to spend the summer sifting through, like, if I have to shovel every bit of dirt on this property, we have a lot of rocks.
Where the farm is right now isn't actually where we want to have the farm, like, in the next couple of years. Which everyone is like, what do you mean? Like, why did you build a farm if you're just going to move it? But the plan, like, where we built it is near where all the water is. And our, like, year 3 big project is having to redo irrigation on the property. And so we need to do like a total overhaul of the irrigation to be able to get the water further down the property, which is where we ideally want to have the farm. And then the space that we have down there is a lot bigger. Like we'd be able to have, because the plan is we want to have 60 50-foot beds.
Yeah, because we probably have 3/4 of an acre down there. That's just pretty much open field right now. I'd say somewhere in that range.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. How wide is our property? Do you know?
I don't
Like
know. I don't think anyone
150
knows.
feet,
Yeah, it's like 60 meters.
something like that. Yeah, and then from where the farm ends down is about 180 feet, which would be enough space for us to do the 50 feet, the 3 sets of 50 feet. Our property has a bit of a slope to it, so the beds can't run down the property because we need all the water retention we can get on our sand pit, on our no water sand pit. So it's been we had snow. The snow finally melted last week, and it's not muddy. It was muddy for 2 days after the winter thaw, and now it's dry.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, some of these plants look like they need water.
Yeah, the water just goes in and is gone.
Yes, it's very, very dry here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so ideally we don't want beds running the length of the property. We want the beds running along.
Well,
The property?
ideally, from your perspective, from my perspective of having to run the tiller over
Yeah,
the beds.
can I roll my eyes any harder? Oh, the 2%.
No, it's like-
oh, the 2%
But I want to get the
grade.
lines straight.
Oh, the 2% grade.
When the tiller's on its side,
Oh, at
it
that
doesn't track straight.
2% grade. Oh, it's so steep.
Not happy.
Also, the tiller is so easy to handle.
Yeah, but it's not
Because we
about
bought the
that.
one
It's
that
about going in a straight line. You can't do a straight line with the grid.
Well, here's a solution. We go no till.
Yeah, and
then we
I'm
only have to till for a couple years to get it into order.
I'm
and
fine
then-
with that because I really like the no-till stuff, and I'm that is our ultimate goal is to go no-till.
Yeah, we like the
We like what it's saying.
and in our garden we didn't till. We'd stopped tilling for a couple years in our home garden that before we moved here, and it worked quite well. The main weeds that we had were just what we grew. It was dill everywhere and
Yeah.
sunflowers and kale.
Our yard looked pretty funny when you'd walk around the neighborhood because our backyard was just these towers of sunflowers everywhere. It was what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Because there was a line of them along the edge of the garden that we'd usually leave in, and so it looked like the whole backyard had sunflowers because it was this solid wall of them.
The whole backyard basically did because I just leave them.
You just leave them, and then I cut all the ones where I didn't
I never planted a sunflower at our old place too. And we had multiple varieties. It wasn't they were all just the exact same. So I have no idea where all these birds were getting all these sunflower seeds from. But
We drive by that house sometimes, and the people who live there, they were excited to have because they were excited about the garden that we'd left them, and our herb garden basically has grown back from could be
from all the roots that were left in the ground, they've all popped full plants back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing just how hardy all the perennials are.
They even have a sea kale.
Yeah, and we dug up so we dug up the sea kale and brought it to here, and then it grew back. The roots that were in the ground grew another sea kale, and we're oh, we're not leaving that. We're bringing that too. So then we had 2 sea kales here, and then it still grew back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing because it has issues with it grows on ocean beaches.
Yeah.
So it definitely needs water.
The first thing next to an ocean.
I need to go check on that.
One of our children just ran in to get like a towel and then ran back out. So we all know what that means. I'm impressed that he's actually gone to get a towel. I haven't seen the kids in a while since I've been away so much this winter, so it's pretty exciting to be home and be reunited with the family. Oh, you found your gloves?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to show the people your gloves?
Yeah.
Look at those cool gardening gloves that Leah got.
Yeah, what's the brand on these? I should. Watson gloves. We got some free gloves, more swag.
Yep.
Free?
Yeah.
They're free?
Yeah, they
Yep.
just sent them to us. And they saw you on the Instagram and they were like, "Hey, do you want kids gloves too?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Watson gloves. They're like a Canadian like glove company.
Okay.
And they contacted us and they were like, "Oh, we're releasing these garden gloves. Do you want some free gloves?" And I always need gloves. I wear gloves like all day, every day. The first thing I do when I step outside in the morning is I put garden gloves on. So I've been on the lookout for like the perfect pair of garden gloves, and I've yet to determine like which is the best. But yeah, these are super cute. So these are the kids ones, and I've tried to get kids garden gloves before. And they're never nice. They're never like the adult gardening gloves. And so these are like, straight up exactly like an adult's gardening glove. And they fit really well. And like I think the packaging said that these were extra small. And that they'd be good for like 3 to 5. And they do. They fit her. She's 5 and they fit her perfectly.
And my brother is 3.
Yeah, he's 3, and they actually he does okay in his pair too. So I was pretty excited to see how nice they are. Because the kids they want gloves out in the garden too.
They want everything that we have.
Yeah. Sam always like steals my gloves and like puts them on. And he's got these like big oversized gloves. Yeah. Now you have your very own. Here.
And they're sticky.
I know.
And rubbery.
They're grippy. So when they get
And
wet.
they stick together too.
Yeah. Yeah, they do stick together a little bit.
So,
You gotta be
they're
careful.
like matte filing on my fingers, and then it goes with next there.
We're still gonna try and do our nursery sales.
Okay, no, that is not allowed. No shrieking like that. You're screaming in our faces.
Yeah, so our nursery sale is we grew like 900 tomatoes this year.
Yeah, we did a lot more restrained. Last year I had
We did
1,800 tomatoes, and
But-
that was like 1,000 too many.
We grew more hot peppers this year.
Yeah.
Because lots of people came out and were like, hot peppers! Where's
Yeah.
your hot peppers? And we'd be like, oh, these are hot. Those are hot. Hey,
No, you know what?
you lost
Go-
your
yeah.
opportunity.
No. Go do your thing. Yeah, so I have like a ton of stuff and it's all growing like crazy. And then the rest of everything is supposed to get started in April. So I have limited space inside. Like I obviously have a lot of space to grow inside, but I'm also growing a lot of things. Right? So I have, like 15 trays of tomatoes, I have 12 trays of peppers, a couple trays of eggplants. And those definitely, they need the head start. But we do have the greenhouses, they're just unheated. So if the temperatures are getting below freezing at night, I can't have stuff out there in the greenhouses overnight, or else the seedlings will freeze, they'll die. It's not good, even though when it's sunny out, they warm up quite well. So usually by beginning of April, the nighttime temperatures aren't getting into those hard freezes. And so then I can have stuff out there. And then what we do is we actually make a second tunnel inside the greenhouse, which like I call it like tucking them into bed. And so that it's like a double layer from any sort of like nighttime cold temperature. And then the heat that's in the ground kind of radiates into them overnight.
This is too much water.
My children are chaos. Yeah. So beginning of April is kind of my timeline for being able to start most of the stuff outside, because then I have space. No, outside is always better, because when you grow outside, then you don't have to worry about things like lights. You just have to worry about like, you know, the fact that it's the timing, that it's warm enough, you know. And even honestly, even if I have like 100 trays outside, and then all of a sudden randomly there's one day that's like going to get to -3, it's going to do the super hard freeze and everything's questionable, you know, at that point I can, you know, spend the hour that it would take and drag every single thing inside to my garage and do that if I have to, you know, and then still be able to, you know, continue on. But yeah, so April is kind of the number for that. And then because the kind of April 1st, or sorry, May 1st is kind of the good time to start selling seedlings.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's warm enough outside for your average home gardener that they can plant everything without it being an issue. And so if I start the quicker growing stuff April 1st, that gives it a month. That's like, it'll be perfect size for beginning of May for everyone to start buying it and planting it out.
Yep.
Yeah. And then our plan is that, you know, for like quarantining and stuff, people can just order from us. They can, you know, we'll have a list of what we have. People can just tell us what they want, you know, send us an e-transfer or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll pack it up, and then they can just come by and pick it up.
Yeah.
We can just have it in our carport, ready to go.
In like a box, and then.
Yeah, and then it's, you know, just grab it and go, and so then that should make it easy.
Yeah. You know, people are gonna want their tomato plants and their pepper plants, and you know, there's certain nurseries around town, like who knows what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
But
you know, I was thinking about like we have a really nice local nursery that tons and tons of people buy from, because it's really nice. It's huge too, right? They do a ton. Well, just let him. He's just washing dishes. It's fine. Just let him.
Well, he's got the water on.
Yeah, it's fine. My son's obsessed with water, so he likes to just do the dishes. Just let him have the water on.
Yeah, he's got some water on.
Okay. Ian just got back, so he's
I have a different set of rules.
Ian just got back, so he's like, they're making a mess. And I'm like, yes, welcome to your life, welcome home.
I know what it's like to have children. I'm not some absentee dad. I've just been.
You did forget. You might have forgotten a little bit.
No.
How good they are at making messes.
Oh no. I know. Yeah. The thing that we really don't know is like how we're gonna sell the veggies.
Yeah.
The nursery sale is pretty easy.
Yeah, definitely. The plan is that we plan for farmers markets still going ahead, and then if there is no farmers markets, then we just, you know, we change what we're doing based on that.
Yeah, I think that it's positive for the farmers markets, because they closed some of ours, and then they came to a deal where if they held them outside, then they were allowed.
Yeah. So what is going for the British Columbia farmers markets? They are categorized as like a same category as a grocery store, basically, is what's going on with them. So that they already, before this happened, have protections in place for them to not be treated as like an event, for them to be actually treated as like a way to get food.
Yeah.
So lots, you know, because we've been seeing what's going on for other farmers online, and a lot of farmers markets are getting shut down because they're being considered like events, basically, and they don't want events going on.
Some farmers, just a separate point, are suffering because they would, like, if you're restaurant based, then you could be pretty screwed right now because you have to find a whole other way to sell your food. We don't have any restaurants, and we don't have any plans for restaurants, so that side of it avoids us. But some people are like doing killer business at their farmers markets. Like their best markets ever, or like the peaks of the season type markets, and so the sales are really good, but they don't know how long the markets are going to last, and then obviously the people who are doing to the restaurants, they're kind of pooped, and then lots of people are talking about switching over to like a CSA for the year.
Yeah, I follow a lot of farms on Instagram. They're all like, "Oh, like we're doing a CSA. We said we'd never do a CSA, but we have a CSA going this year."
I mean, we do not like the idea of a CSA, except for it's this like local community that's like a maybe. But now even us, we're like, well, maybe.
I don't think we do a CSA. We just offer like
Veggie
deliveries of veggie boxes.
Yeah.
It would be basically you don't get to pick what you get, like a CSA.
Yeah.
But
Also,
you get a box of it delivered.
I don't want people, paying us for service that we don't already have like available. So it's like you can pay us this week for a box delivered this week, but you can't pay us for something 2 months from now, because if we happen to get sick, then we're gonna have to shut down, right? So yeah.
Okay. After. Okay. After. After. Okay.
You'll get it?
Yes.
Oh, kids.
I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah. We were talking about farmers markets, but we're done now.
What do you mean?
I don't know. We're done talking about it.
Anyway, so our plan is to do the farmers markets. We're hoping that they're still happening, and it definitely seems like they're, like, from what I've heard the farmers market saying, they're still focused on being able to have a place for people to sell food. But
there might not be some of the other vendors there.
yeah, like maybe not as many of the craft vendors,
Yeah.
And maybe not like the food vendors and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not doing any like samples. Sampling isn't allowed. So if someone sells salsa, they can't put out salsa for people to try. That like any of that stuff's
Pretty obviously a no-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just play it by ear.
Yeah. Right now all we have control under is like what we do around the house. So, we just need to get to it. And I think we've already, we're just working on cleanup and, get everything kind of sorted and figured out, catch our breath, and then we'll start pounding through some projects.
Yeah, I still haven't made any paper pots.
Yeah.
And I have 2,000 of those to make, so. So I still have lots to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, we definitely want to, we've kind of been talking about it. Our whole reason for moving here, for starting a farm, is that we believe that local sustainable food systems are important. And so if we don't grow food for our community right now, then we better shut up about how much we care about local sustainable food systems and about building more resilient communities and all that stuff that we say we care about, because it's like now.
Yeah, now it's like time to.
Yeah, now's the time to step up, right?
Yeah.
I
imagine we'll be growing lots of food for the food bank this year.
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are going to be regarding donations to the food bank.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they might be stricter too.
Mm-hmm. But I'm assuming that they're going to take food.
I am not going to give food to the food bank until I talk to the food bank and have them say that they want to take food.
You have to show up there to talk to them. So.
Well, no, you're not supposed to show up anywhere. You send them an email.
The point is,
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be food.
people are going to need it.
Yeah.
And
I'd say maybe one of the biggest things we learned, or one of the biggest surprises that we learned selling food last year, was how easy it is to sell food. I sold other things at farmers markets before, and it's not easy. You have to. It's like selling anything. You need to have a customer.
yeah, you need to sell it.
Yeah, and I mean, I should have known it was going to be easy because it's food. Everyone eats food. Every single person is a customer when you have food.
Yeah, because Serena used to sell diaper and kid products at a local market, and somebody would come up and you'd have to engage with them and tell them about the product and stuff like that before they decided whether they were going to buy it or not. But people are coming up to the farmers market booth with the food, and they already decided that they're buying these carrots or this lettuce or something. Like they're already sold on you, right? So it's just a matter of finishing the transaction and maybe pointing out some other stuff that they might be interested in, or giving them some information on it. It's a lot. It's not like, oh, you should buy these carrots. People are like, oh, I want to buy these carrots. Like there's no convincing. Or if it is, it's like they're like, ooh, these look nice, and if you think those look nice, check out those over there, and they're like, whoa, I want those too. And you're like, wow, my salesmanship is amazing.
Yeah, and food, it's it's a consumable item, so
yeah,
they come back for it again and again and again. So, it's not hard to find someone to take your food if you can grow it, and it's easy to grow. It's just getting everything in order, everything in line.
Yep.
But
we are we have most of the stuff that we need. There's lots of stuff that we would probably get if things were different. But I think that with the setup that we have right now, we should be able to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we have everything that we had last year.
Yeah.
Right? Our plan when Ian got back was we were gonna work on building a washing station. So that's just we're gonna have an easier way to wash everything. We're gonna have a big tub that had air that goes through it. Those are called a bubbler, and so that the air circulates the things that you're washing inside the water. So it's really good for washing greens, and we're also going to use it for doing pre-washing on our root vegetables and things like that. And we're going to set up a spray table, which is just mesh that catches the water when you spray it.
Yeah.
Last year our system was we had a stainless steel sink. And we'd wash everything in that, and it had 2 compartments, so we'd have a area that was filled with water, and then an area for spraying off everything. It worked fine. It wasn't the most efficient system. So, if we have to use that again, we can use it fine. It's easy to clean. It worked good.
Was under this sink was sitting under.
Yeah, we had it just.
I was very happy.
It just draining straight down into our sand pit, where we don't have to worry about puddles. But and then we placed it underneath a tree for shade and also to water the tree with all the runoff from the thing.
And it was whoa, I can get used to this.
Yeah, the walnut, it was greener on the side that had the sink than on the other side that wasn't getting watered. But, yeah. All my seeds are in. No, Leah. No.
Go to showtime.
We'll go watch something else then.
Bye.
Go play. Yeah, all my seeds are in, so I don't have to worry about any sort of seeds that we're still waiting on. And then the only thing that I have left to receive is all my flowers. I have a bunch of dahlia tubers and bulbs and things like that. And the company said that they're gonna ship them next week, so hopefully those still come through.
Mm-hmm.
But
Lots of good stuff in there.
oh yeah, all those dahlias.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll be like, flower videos, like dahlia farm tour.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
one thing
13 varieties of dahlias that will blow your mind.
one thing that I think we might have a little issue for selling this year is our plan was to pot up 120 like 1 gallon pots of these dahlia plants, and that was going to be something we were hoping to sell at the farmers market.
Yeah.
And we probably won't bother trying to go to the farmers market to sell seedlings.
Yeah.
Like we'd hold off until we have
I think we can still sell them online. I think we'll still sell some of them.
Yeah, it's just
It was gonna like kind of like we are gonna sell enough of them to pay for the whole order.
Yeah, that was the hope.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It'll subsidize it.
Hopefully we'll sell some.
Yeah. If not, then
If you're in the Kelowna area, buy your dahlias from us.
yeah.
We got some really beautiful ones coming.
We picked the way we went through them is we like had this huge list that we were like, oh, these look good. These look good.
They had like a list of like 100 different varieties to pick from.
So many.
Or more.
And then
probably more.
So then we kind of wanted one of everything, color wise, or there's lots of different,
Well, no, the first thing we did was we were like,
we picked the favorite.
We're like only dinner plate dahlias because there was like too many options.
Yeah.
So we were like, there's too many. Let's only buy dinner plate dahlias because they're like
the massive, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily the best one for cut flowers, but we figured they'd be the one that like home gardeners would want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like only dinner plate dahlias.
Yeah. And they'll look really cool on the farm.
Yeah. And then we were like, okay, we can't buy we can only buy so many, so we can only get like one in every color.
Yeah. The goal was like 10 varieties.
Yeah.
And at one point in time,
they came in bundles of. They come in bundles of 20.
First, we went through the list, and we're like, okay, anyone that we want, we'll just like put the name in a separate list.
Yeah.
And
then I had like 25.
Yeah. And we're like, we gotta get that down to 10. So then we were like, okay, which ones are the easy cuts?
And we're like, none of them. I want all of them.
But there was like some similar ones, so it'd be like, oh, like these two look the same, pick one. And then it was like, oh, now it's like 16.
No, it was way harder than that. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, we cut out 2.
It was a grind. It was a grind.
Ian wasn't even helpful. He was like, oh, you can't cut that one out. That one's too good. I was like, how?
Yeah.
And then we ordered, so Cafe au lait is like one that like everyone loves. And I was like, we're getting double that.
Yeah.
We're getting 40 of those. That's non-negotiable.
It seems like, 40% of the time somebody's talking about a dahlia online.
It's like the Cafe au lait.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. They're supposed to be like this like beigey color, but they never are. I don't know if maybe like at some point the plant used to be beige, or I've heard people say that it's like it depends on the amount of sunlight the flowers get.
Yeah.
Like so in the summer they're pink, and then in the fall when there's less daylight they go beige.
Acidity changes flowers sometimes too.
I haven't heard anyone say that about those.
Really?
But I mean, even when they're pink, they're super pretty. They're like this like blush color. They're really cool. And then they're like, big and massive and fun.
Yeah, we won't have any trouble selling those. They're also like
Well, I mean,
of all of them, those will be the
yeah.
people will see that name and recognize it. And those ones will sell better than the other ones.
Basically, the moral of the story about if we're gonna have a hard time selling dahlias is that we are gonna have the best looking dahlia garden ever.
Yeah.
Because I currently have like 140 like from seed dahlias growing in the seedling room. So like I already have a stupid number, and then so we have like 240 of these tubers coming. And the plan was that 120 of them were for us and 120 we're going to sell. But, like, if we can't sell them, we'll just plant them.
Yep.
And then it's going to be really important for me to figure out how to overwinter dahlia tubers at that point. He's fine. He's fine. He's just washing the dishes. All of our dishes are smashing.
Yeah.
Ian doesn't know how good our son is at washing dishes. Because I have let him wash the dishes before.
Yeah, but sometimes he makes a big mess with the water.
Yeah, but it's water. It dries.
Yeah.
It's fine. As long as he doesn't get into the soap. Hey, what do you have? Okay, actually.
Yeah. He just needs to check up every now and then.
What is that? Oh, it's just a bowl?
Yeah, so the dahlias are going to be a lot of work because we're going to have to dig up like 1 million tubers.
Nah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine to overwinter?
Oh, to overwinter. No,
Yeah.
I'll kill them for sure. All the dahlia tubers that I tried to overwinter this year, they're garbage. They're just moldy piles of dried out. They're moldy and completely dried out. I don't even know how that works.
It's a hard climate to get them to...
Well, okay, so I found the trick. I found out what I'm doing wrong. So for dry climates like us, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to dig them up and leave them in a clump with all the dirt attached, and then put them in storage with all the dirt, because the dirt holds the moisture in. The dirt, basically works like...
That sounds like it's going to take up a lot of space.
Yes. If we have 240
clumps of dirt.
Yeah, if we have 240
Shovelfuls.
dahlias. Okay, but so this is my plan. We're gonna put them into crates, which maybe not.
Sure. We'll get a skid and we'll build up sides around it.
Yeah, and then we're gonna tarp it, and the tarp is how we're gonna hold moisture.
Okay.
Right. So then it's gonna be like a tarp.
And where it's going to be inside a building?
No, it has to be in the garage. Because they can't be warm, but they also can't freeze. So it has to be in a space where it doesn't freeze. So basically, our garage it will get turned into a pile of dahlia tubers.
Yes. The dahlia nursery.
And then at this time of year, you take the clumps and you wash them, and then you divide them up.
Yeah.
And you take what's good. And then at this point, you only put them in storage temporarily for a month or two until you plant them.
Have you seen the way that big flower farmers dig up their dahlias?
Yeah, with the machines. You guys should, if you guys have some time, you should go and Google dahlia flower farm
Tuber harvest
or something. So they have these big machines, and they dig down into the ground, and it's like a conveyor belt. They pull them up, and there's people on the back of this trailer, and they're just grabbing clumps of dahlias and put them into crates and stuff. But it's really cool. I mean, all the industrial farming equipment is crazy.
Yeah.
Someone shared a link about a cabbage harvester, and it was cutting off cabbages. It was driving and cutting off cabbages, and then they're going up, and then they're bouncing to break because cabbages aren't a cabbage. Cabbage plant is this big. It's massive.
Yeah, and it's got the head in the middle.
Yeah, and then it had it's the tiny little center. It's like an artichoke heart. An artichoke is this big.
People know what cabbages are.
Okay, fine. You guys know what cabbages are. Maybe the general population doesn't know what a cabbage looks like.
Okay.
But you guys are smarter. But yeah, and then it bounced around, and then they were grabbing them. It was cool.
Yeah, you can just get down the hole of watching all the different harvest equipment, because it's all oh yeah, that's pretty ingenious. The ones that harvest the olive trees. When they have the net that goes around the trunk of the tree, and then
and then it shakes the tree. Yeah.
They all just drop in, and then it's poultry. There you go.
Okay, but have you seen the ones that harvest trees? And they're
yeah.
multiple. So there's machines that are multiple stories tall, and they like drive over the trees. Like the trees are there, and they like drive over, and they like suction all the fruit off. It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen it. That's suction.
I don't know. Well,
I don't know
not
what you're talking
suction. Like they drive over a line of trees, and it like harvests, strips all the fruit off the trees with like a machine, and it's like tall enough that it drives over trees.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. That's why food is so cheap, because like that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and then here we are picking weeds.
Yeah, we're like
there's a weed right there. Oh, bye.
Yeah.
Why can't local farmers make money?
We need those machines.
Yeah. Well, you know what you can do that would save time with the weeding? 4 bicycle tires on a platform, and then you lay down.
What? Don't even get me started.
There's this picture or video going
How
around.
long is this one? Hey!
One movie's worth.
So there's this, it's like a platform, and you lay down on it face
Go
first,
further.
and there's like a hole for your face, and then you can like manipulate your arms and like pull weeds, and you're just like hovering right above it. Serena thinks it's the worst idea.
Oh, that would I would die. It would kill me.
For my
It would,
body,
like-
it sounds. I'm like, yeah, that would work.
My neck, like trying to like lay like with my neck all restrained and then moving my arms
It would
around.
be comfortable.
No, it would like literally I would die. Like literally, you'd have to amputate my neck off. It would be like just cut it off.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. No, horrible.
Well, we should wrap this up.
Before our children destroy our house.
Yep.
Hey, okay. Any questions? Is the chat working? I don't know if the chat got. I'm assuming that the chat probably got turned off by YouTube, just because no one said anything. But if you guys have any questions and the chat's actually working, now's your chance.
Going, gone.
You two, any talk of like coronavirus or like any of that kind of stuff is like getting like, you know, demonetized, and like
Yeah.
YouTube is putting like a lot of like pressure around it. So
And they're just they set the algorithm to just catch everything, which means it's going to catch, you know, content that isn't even really related to that. Like they're just going to be a little stricter on what they allow right now.
yeah, they don't want anyone causing a panic.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, we agree. But so I assume that that's probably what happened for YouTube.
Yeah.
The algorithm heard that we were talking about stockpiling potting soil, and they're like, no comments for you.
Yeah. But we wish you all the best.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, those crazy times, you know. I think we're all in the same mindset one way or another, but you know.
Which is grow a garden.
Yeah. Like, man, I wish I'd done more of this before. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian's back, so he'll help me make some videos.
Yeah. We got lots of videos, ideas planned. And now that we actually got stuff to show because it's springtime.
Well, almost. It's almost springtime.
You got seedlings.
I have seedlings though.
Where's that
I have green.
Where's that
I
seedling
have
video?
green. What do you mean?
Were you supposed to make one?
Oh, I made one about how to grow seedlings.
Yeah.
We need to do a tour of our seedling room video.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for hanging out, guys. We were also talking about maybe doing a few more live videos.
Yeah.
Like not just doing like a weekly live video, maybe doing like, you know, twice a week or something.
Yep.
So,
Because we're bored.
well, we'll be busy, but also
We'll be
we're
bored.
bored too. Okay, we'll see you guys next time.